Okay guys, so whether you're looking to send invites for wedding or sell tickets for any type of event, this solution is ideal because it's simple and free. So let's say if we had an invite to a wedding, the recipients will be able to RSVP whether they're going or not, and from the back end you'll see immediately who's attending and who's not, and also you can check them in on arrival. Now let's say if I wanted to book a ticket for a solo singer, I could go to Mr. Webb's concert, for instance, and then purchase as many tickets as I need. From the back end, you know exactly how many of them are issued and still available. So again, this is a simple and elegant solution. And the best part for me is the check-in feature. So whether it's for the wedding or the concert, all you need is a tablet connected to the internet and you'll be able to check and let people in. Okay, so let's get started now. Okay guys, so the very first step is to take care of our hosting and domain name registration. So for this, simply click on the very first link in the description below where it says Get Hosting Here. Now, it's important that you use that link because it will bring you to a co-branded page that we have with Hostinger, which will give you access to 75% discount. And if you use the coupon code MrWeb at checkout, you'll get an extra 10% discount on top. So simply click on this link here. And this is going to bring you to this page. And again, this is a co-branded page that we have with Hostinger. So special prices, obviously, special discounts. If you scroll down the page, you'll find different plans. So as you can see, start from only $2.99 per month. Next one up is $3.99. And then the cloud startup is $9.99. So what's the difference between those three? Well, basically is the performances and the speed. So as you can see, this one is standard performance, this one is up to 5 times faster, and this one up to 10 times faster. So now it depends on the amount of resources that you need. If you're only running one website, this one is absolutely fine. Now, if you're running multiple websites and also maybe e-commerce website, you might want to consider either this one or this one, depending on the amount of traffic and visitors that you're expecting every month. And also with Hostinger, you get a lot of free stuff. You get free SSL certificate, free email, and also a free domain name. These options normally are paid with most web hosting companies. So in this case, you get those for free as well. And if you go for the business plan here, you get free CDN as well, Content Delivery Network. Now, obviously, they provide you with daily backup and weekly backup. As you can see, the entry level here is weekly backup, so they will back up your website once a week. If you go for the $3.99 one, you'll get a daily backup as well. So every day you have a full backup of your website. So feel free to select any of those plans. You can start with the $2.99 one and you can always upgrade to the next one up later down the line if you need more resources. So let's get started with this one here. So click on Add to Cart. And from here, you're going to select your billing cycle. So as you can see, it goes from 12 months to 48 months. Obviously, the longer your billing cycle, the more you're going to save. As you can see, it's $2.99 per month, but here you're going to save $432. Here, $216, and right here, $108. So what does that mean exactly? Well, basically, if you lock in your price at $2.99 for a year, after that, you will renew at $9.99. If you select 24 months, you will renew at $7.99, and 48 months, you will renew at $6.99. So basically, for 4 years, you're going to pay $2.99 per month instead of $6.99. So feel free to select any of those. So let's continue on with the 48 months deal here, okay? So scroll down the page, you can create your account, you select your payment method, and right here, we have a quick overview of how much it's going to cost you. So as you can see here, the normal price should be $707 down to $176. So this is a massive saving, isn't it? Now I also have a coupon code for you. So here, type in Mr. Web. So there you go. And as you can see, the normal price $176.53, including taxes. Now let's apply this. And as you can see, now it's only $158.88. So that means that you get to enjoy a massive discount of 78%. And then after this, proceed to checkout. And now you can log into your account. So let's do this together. So simply enter your email address and password and let's log in. So this is your Hostinger dashboard. And right here on top, as you can see, you can claim your free domain. So for this, let's click on Claim Domain. And right there, you're going to type the domain name that you want to register. So for instance, your domain name, okay? And then select your extension. As you can see, you have .in for India, .me for personal websites, .com, this is the most popular one, obviously. You also have .net, .xyz, .help, .host. So select the one that suits your type of business. So let's go ahead with .com as an example here. And then we're going to check the availability. So let's click on this. And as you can see, this one is already taken. So you might have to look for a different variation of your domain name. So in our case here, we're just going to try to register Learn with Mr. Web, okay, as a .com. So again, let's check the availability. So this one is available. So we're going to claim our domain, okay? So let's do this together. So let's claim our domain. And then by law, you have to enter your details here, obviously, you know, because you have to know who's registering the domain name. So let's click on the next step. So I'm going to fill this out very quickly. So there you go. And now finish registration. Very good. So now let's click continue. Very good. As I can see, the email verification is pending at the moment. So basically go to your mailbox and click on the link that's inside that email. So I've done that already. So now we can refresh. Very good. As you can see, now it's active and verified as well. Now we can set up our server. So we go back home here. So depending on which plan you purchase, maybe premium, business or cloud, you will see one of those sections here, okay? So when it's not set up yet, you will have a button like this one just next to it. So again, it could be premium, business or cloud. Either of those is absolutely fine, you know? So now click on setup. Now we're going to click on start now. And right here, you're going to go through a few different questions. It's like a setup wizard, basically, you know, to help you set up your hosting. So as you can see, you have a few questions here. What are you creating the website for? So you can select either of those, or you can skip altogether. I would advise that you skip this one altogether, you know. Right here, what are you going to do? Are you going to create a new website or migrate a website? Well, in our case, we're going to create a new website. So select this. So do you want to build this with AI or ourselves? Well, we're going to build this ourselves. So just skip this step altogether now. And you're going to select your domains. So normally it should show up automatically, but if you have more than one domain registered, you might click on the drop-down menu and select the one that you want to assign to this, and then click select. And now right here, you're going to select your server. So this should be normally the nearest either to you or to your target audience. So let's say if you're based in United States, selling to people in the United States, well, you select either of those two here. But maybe you're based in the United States, maybe selling exclusively in Europe, in which case you might select one of those servers here, okay? So because we're based in Ireland here, we can select either Netherlands or maybe United Kingdom. So United Kingdom should be nearest. So let's click on this and now we click change. Very good. And now we're going to finish our setup. So as you can see, now it's taking care of everything. We can see the progress line. So now as you can see, it's installing the SSL certificate for us automatically. Very good. So we're done already. As you can see, well done. You are ready. So from here, you can either go and see your website. So we don't need that because we haven't built anything yet. So we're going to go back to our control panel. Okay, so let's click on manage site. There you go. And we're back to our dashboard now. So now from here, we're going to create an email address and also we're going to install WordPress on our server. So first, as you can see, it says free email setup is not finished. So let's click on the manage here. Very good. So as you can see, I've paid plans as well. I would go with the free one. Absolutely no problem with this, you know. So I'll click select. So let's create our email address. So maybe info@. You're going to enter your password and then a recovery email just in case. I'm just going to put hello@mrweb.tv. Okay. And now we're going to create our new account. And there you go. As you can see, we have a new email address now and you can access it using the webmail. So if you click on this, you can open this in a new tab. So this is your email address. Enter your password as well and click login. And there you go. As you can see, this is your mailbox, basically inbox and sent and spam and archive. So basically you can access all your emails immediately from here. And now we can go back to our dashboard. Okay. So from here, we're going to install WordPress. So right here, you have website. Click on this, expand. And as you can see, you have WordPress and auto installer. This is the one we need to click on. Okay. So click on auto installer. And now for this type of project, we just need WordPress. We don't need WooCommerce. WooCommerce is an e-commerce platform. We just need WordPress on its own. So what we're going to do is click on this. So select. So first, let's enter the website title. So maybe learn with Mr. Web. Make sure the admin email is correct and then create a username and a password as well. Now we move to the next step. So right here, you can select if you want automatic updates or not. So it is advised to use this option here, update only to minor version, but that's really up to you. If you want to automatically update to the newest version, you can select this one here altogether. Again, that's really up to you, okay? And then click install. And there you go, guys. You can see this is done already. So we have everything installed, you know, Lightspeed Cache, Object Cache, SSL certificate. So now you can edit your website by clicking on this button here. So I'll click on that, it will open up in a new tab and this will give us access to our WordPress dashboard. Very good. So welcome to your WordPress dashboard. So first, let's install our main plugin. So for this, we're going to use event tickets and registration. And this is basically a free plugin. So all we have to do basically is just fetch the name here, Control-C, and then we go to plugins, add new, and here search for event tickets and registration. So this is the one here. So now let's install that. and then activate. Very good. So here we can accept this. Okay. And now let's start our quick configuration. So let's click on this link here. And right there, the first thing we need to do is to define what type of post we want to use for our tickets. So we're going to disable pages and enable post. So basically here, as you can see by the side, you have post and pages. So on the pages will display in the front end, and we're going to use the post to create our tickets basically. Okay. So let's scroll the page, and right here you can define whether or not the users are required to be registered, log in basically before they can RSVP or purchase the ticket. That's really up to you. So if you want them to register first, tick those boxes. If you don't want them to be registered first, leave as is, and then save changes. Now, depending on the type of website that you want to build, you might want to set up your payment methods as well. So if it's just for wedding and RSVPs, you don't need payment methods. If it's for something else like selling tickets, obviously you need to get paid. So for this, we're going to enable tickets, save changes, and now you have the choice among two different options. We have Stripe or PayPal. Okay, so let's set this up together. So let me show you how this works. It's actually very easy. All you have to do is click on this button here, and then get connected with Stripe, and then select your company name. There you go. So now we can close this as well. And now we're going to enable Stripe, and then very important, scroll down the page and don't forget to click Save Changes. Now, depending where you're based, you might see this message here. Stripe doesn't support your selected currency. Our base currency for our Stripe account is in Euro because we're based in Europe. So simply click on Ticket Commerce here. Simply scroll down the page and find this section here where it says currency code. And right there, instead of US dollars, I'm going to look for euros. Okay, just like this. And then save changes. And that's basically it. As you can see, the error message is gone now. Okay, so this is basically it. And then we can do the same with PayPal. So as you can see here, I selected my country, Ireland, and then connect automatically with PayPal. So right here, select your country. So I'm going to look for Ireland. There it is. And then next, and then log in. So now let's go to the emails here. So you can customize this based on your own personal requirements, ticket email, RSVP email. All you have to do is click on this and you can customize the title and everything, okay? But what's important here is basically the sender's name. So I'm just going to put Mr. Web Event Manager as an example, and the sender email. So this should actually belong to the domain name that you're using to build this website. So in our case here is learnwithmrweb.com. So it should be something like info@ and then your domain name.com, okay? And then as always, don't forget to scroll down and save changes. And now we can start creating our tickets or RSVPs, okay? So for this, we go to post. As you can see, I have this one here, hello world, so you can trash this. Very good. And now let's add a new post. So now I'm going to show you how you can create both of these. So a ticket and an RSVP event, okay? So the first one here, let's say it's a concert ticket or something like this, okay? And right here you have the block. So click on the plus sign and here look for ticket. As you can see, you have ticket, RSVP, and attendee list. Okay, so the one we need is ticket for now. And then click on add a ticket. Very good. So let's give it a name. So Mr. Web Concert. And you type your description here. So description of the gig right here. Okay. And then the price. So let's say $99 or something like this. Okay. And then the capacity. So let's say maybe you can invite as many people as you want, or maybe not. This is up to you. If you fill this, if you leave it blank, basically it's unlimited. Or maybe you have a limited seated capacity of maybe 120 people or something like this, depending on the venue. And then we have the sale duration, as you can see, from 2. So this is up to you to select the date. I'm going to select from the 16th. Until maybe the 31st or something like this, and you can even set the times from 10 a.m. until something like this, okay? And then we go to the advanced settings. You can even set up a SKU. So depending if you're working with different agencies or different types of businesses, you might type their own codes here, or something like that, whatever it is. So this is just an example, obviously, again. And then create ticket. There you go. So our ticket has been created now. So what we're going to do is basically publish, and then close this, and now we can have a quick preview and make sure everything is okay. So you can see Mr. Web Concert, description of the gig goes here, 99 euros, 120 available, and then you can start adding them, as you can see, we'll multiply the cost by how many seats you're going to purchase. So we know that this is working. Now, if you click anywhere outside that zone here, you'll go back to this screen. And as you can see, you have the settings as well, and attendees and orders. So you can check everything from here immediately. So let's go to the settings quickly here. So as you can see, you can add an image as well. So this is the ticket header image. So let's set a header image. As you can see, I have no media in our library at the moment. So I'm just going to upload a new file. select file, and I found 2 online. So let's upload both of them, okay? Just like this. Very good. So let's select this one as an example. So select, very good. And then let's click update. Very good. And now this is the image that will be emailed to them when they get the confirmation. This will be in the header basically, okay? So now we can close this. And we also have the attendees and orders. So if you click on attendees, it will open up in a new tab. You can also access that from the back end. I'll show you how to access this later. So this is where all the attendees would be recorded. And as you can see, completed and cancelled, all the tickets here, and also all the orders that you receive. So very exciting because you have a quick overview of everything that's happening on your website and how much money you're making, okay? So let's go back here. That's basically it for this one. So this is how you create a ticket. Now let's go back to the WordPress dashboard. As you can see, if you go to all posts, you'll find your concert ticket. If you hover on top, you have attendees and order. This is how you can access them very quickly, okay? So this is basically it. Now let's create a new post, and this time it will be an RSVP event. So this could be anything, it could be a wedding or something like that. So let's click on the plus sign. Here you look for RSVP. So there it is. And you can create an RSVP again. So just click on this. Very good. So let's give it a name. So Mr. Web RSVP event. And again, the description goes here. So the capacity, let's say maybe 102 altogether. And again, RSVP duration. So this is really up to you. Select the date. I'm going to select maybe from the 1st of January until the end of the month. At midnight maybe, okay? And then we have the option here to enable not going responses. So this is very handy. For instance, if it's for a wedding or something like that, maybe some people can't make it, in which case they might use this feature here, not going. So now let's create our RSVP. And as always, I'm going to publish, close this, and let's have a quick preview. So this is what it looks like. In the front end, as you can see, Mr. Web's RSVP event, description, and then you have going and remaining, okay? So for this, you can select either I'm going or can go. So I'm just going to click going, and here you put your name, and then your email address, and then how many guests. So let's say I'm going myself, maybe my wife, and that's basically it, okay? And then finish, and there you go. So this is the RSVP done. So now if we go back to our WordPress dashboard, RSVP event, hover on top, as you can see, you have attendees, click on this. And there it is. You can see RSVP total 2 at the moment. So like we said, it's myself and my wife going. And there you go. That's basically all the people going, okay? And now we could do the same with not going. So basically here, instead of going, we'll click on can't go. And then you could put your name, okay? So John Doe, and maybe john.doe@gmail.com. And it's maybe himself not going, so finish. There you go. So this is the can't go feature. And if we go back here and refresh, as you can see, I have a total of 3 RSVPs at the moment. 2 people going and 1 not going, okay? So now you can also check people in. So basically you could have maybe a laptop or maybe a tablet at the entrance of the venue, connected to Wi-Fi, log in into your backend. And then when David and his wife come in, you can check them in, and that's basically it. You can keep track of who's there and who's not. Now, obviously, when you have a long list, we have only 3 people here, but if you have a long list, you can search by attendees as well, You can search by their name, email address, ticket holder, user ID. As you can see, it's a very comprehensive solution, even though it's free. So now let's try purchasing a ticket here from the front end and make sure that the checkout process is working. So first, we need to go to tickets, settings, and then you go to payments. And right here, we need to enable test mode. So use the toggle switch here, scroll down the page, save changes. Let's go back to the front end. And as you can see, the ticket commerce test mode is active now. So we can try it out, without ever having to actually pay for the ticket. So let's add maybe 2 tickets, get tickets. Very good. So let's scroll down the page. And right here, the card number for the test mode is 42424242. Any date in the future and any 3-digit code for the CVC code. Okay, so let me enter this very quickly. So there you go. As you can see, these are all 4 twos, and then any date in the future and 1, 2, 3 or whatever you want, and then purchase ticket. Very good. As you can see, the order is completed and received. This is the order number and so on and so on. So this is done. Now let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. So let's go to our post. Ticket concert. As you can see, I have attendees and orders. So let's click on orders. Very good. And right here, as you can see, there were 4 orders for $396, but only 2 ticket sales for $198, because I did run a test beforehand and I did fill out all the details, and you can see there was an error, and it would be the same if your visitors had their card declined or something like this. Okay. Now let's go back to the attendees, and again you have the list of the people showing up. So as you can see, we set 2 tickets here. These are the 2 tickets. We have the security code, and when they show up at the venue, well, you can ask them for a copy of their receipt, and you can go by order number or maybe by email address, you know, and again you can search from here immediately, and then you can check them in. So now maybe you want to show in the front end how many people are actually attending, just to speed things up, you know. So if people see that there are already 100 people registered and there are only 120 tickets, well, they'll hurry and buy it quickly, you know. So let me show you how we can do that. We go back to post. So you can do this for concert or even for RSVP, you know, all the same. So click on either of them. And right here, we click on the plus sign and we're going to add a new block. And the one we're looking for is the attendee list, as you can see here. Okay, so click on this. There you go. Who's attending? And then X people are attending this event. So let's click update. And now let's go and have a look in the front end. So at the moment, it looks like this. That's basically it. There's nothing special. If you click on this, as you can see, who's coming, 2 people are attending the RSVP event. As you can see, there's 100 remaining. And maybe when you reach 98, well, people will speed things up and register quickly, you know. And obviously that works for a concert as well. So now let's go back to the home page here. So this is what our website looks like at the moment. So nothing exceptional, you know. It's a nice theme. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the 2024 that comes by default in WordPress. But now let's jazz things up a little bit. I'm going to show you how we can design the homepage now. Okay, so let's go back here. And for this, we go to appearance and then themes. And we are going to install a new theme. So add new theme. And we're going to install Astra. So normally it should be here right there in your recommended. If you don't find it here, look in the search bar here. Type in Astra. And that's the one. Okay, so hover on top and then install. And then activate. Very good. So now we go back to Astra here by the side. And then we go to starter templates and then install and activate. So now we need to select our page builder. As you can see, I have the block editor, Elementor and Beaver builder. And we're going to go with Elementor, which is a very easy drag and drop page builder, very intuitive. So let's click on this. Very good. And from here, you can select your own templates. So as you can see, they're broken down in different categories of business, local business, personal care, professional, personal site, community, e-commerce and blog. So in the community section here, as you can see, you have wedding. So if it's just for yourself on RSVP for your wedding or something like this, you could use this template here. And if you scroll down, as you can see, a call to action button here, RSVP, and you can link this back to your contact form, to the form basically, okay? So this would be one option. But let's open this a bit more widely. So let's pretend you're going to promote more than one event on your website, maybe different tickets and all that. So let's select a theme, a template that's more generic. And for this, we can use any of them. As you can see, these are just basically multi-purpose websites. You can do whatever you want. As you can see, multi-purpose store. And this is basically a static website. Okay, so we could use this one here as an example. And again, feel free to select any of them. Okay, so I'm just going to click on this one. And this is what it looks like. So as you can see, you have a nice hero section here with a call to action button. Underneath, we have 3 different sections. So this could be any areas of business that you represent, maybe the type of venues, type of concert, or whatever it is, you know. A short about us section as well. And again, a talk to us, maybe another call to action feature here. So we can go ahead with this. Okay, so skip and continue. And then you can select your color palette immediately from here. So maybe by default is green, but maybe you prefer blue, or maybe purple, red, whichever color really, you know. So I'm just going to go maybe with red as an example here. And you can also change your font immediately from here. Obviously, the font will give a different feel to your website. So again, this is really up to you, you know, what sort of emotion you want to convey and the general feel of your website, you know. So I think I'm happy enough with this one. So let's go ahead with this. So continue. And all you have to do now basically is click on this big button here, submit and build my website. So there you go. This is started now. And this will take more than 15-20 seconds max. Excellent. As you can see, this took only 18 seconds to build. And now we can go back to our WordPress dashboard. Very good. So now that this is installed, let's go back to the home page and refresh. And there you go. As you can see, this is absolutely fine. So all the content is here. And now we can customize this. Okay, so let's go back to our backend and we go to pages, all pages, and then look at the home page. And right there where it says edit with Elementor, right click on it and open in a new tab. And I always like to have the dashboard open in one tab, the Elementor page in the other, and then the front end right here. It's easier to go from one tab to the other. Okay. So right here, as you can see, this is our hero section. So the first thing we want to do is to change the background image, obviously, you know. So as we said, this is a concert or something like this, maybe some tickets you're selling, any sort of event. So depending on the type of website that you're building, find an image that's representative of the type of event that you're selling on your website, obviously, you know, so that your visitors know exactly just by looking at the picture what to expect on your website. So let's say in our case, we specialize maybe in conferences or things like this. Okay, so we can change the background image, click on those 6 dots, go to style, and then click on the image itself and then upload your own image, select file. So I found one online here. Okay, so this is basically a conference, and open and then select. Very good. As you can see now, this is displaying absolutely fine. Now, obviously, you want a lot of contrast between the image and your text. You want this to be readable, obviously, you know. So now we can add a background overlay as well. So if you click on this, you can add a background color. So enable this and then select your color. So I'm going to go with black, and then you can select the opacity. So 0 is fully clear and 1 is fully opaque. So you have to find a happy medium, you know. So maybe just around here, this would be fine. And now obviously we have to change the text color here. Okay, so what we do is basically click on this item here, click on the pencil. I'm going to replace this with what we do actually, you know. So let's say maybe we offer a conference hub, you know, or something like that. And then we can change the style here and change the color. So I'm going to go with something more contrasting, obviously. So white, we can read this perfectly now. And then underneath here, maybe you can put our location so they know exactly this is a conference hub, but where is it based and where is it? Well, we can put here maybe, I'm going to put Ireland. So for instance, for the whole of Ireland. And again, we have a contrast issue here. So we're going to change the font color. And here we're going to select white. Okay, so that's basically it. Now you can change the font size as well if you wanted to. You know, if you go to typography here, you can change the size itself. You know, you can play around with this. You can also change the weight. So if you wanted it maybe bolder or maybe thinner or something like this, you know. And then you can also change the style. You can have it in italic if you wanted to. Also, feel free to play around. Everything in typography here is related to the font, basically, okay? And then we have a call to action button here. So it says explore now, but maybe you could have book now, you know, or something like this. So book now, and right here instead of the hashtag we need to link this to an internal page. So at the moment we don't have one, so we need to create that at the same time. Okay, and this is why I keep different tabs opened. So now we can go back to the WordPress dashboard, and as you can see, I created 10 different events here. So these are supposedly concerts, you know. So I came up with the silly names here: All Sunday Port, Irish Strat Session, Homestead Country Music, Joe Harper's Band, and so on and so on. So there you go. You have different events here taking place. And now we're going to create a page where we're going to display all these, okay? So again, we go to Pages and then add a new page. And let's call this one maybe Concert List, okay? And here we're going to add a new block. And here we're going to look for post, just like this, okay? And I'm going to say post list. That's what we need. And then choose. And from here, you need to select a template, something that you like, obviously, you know. So as you can see, a few different to choose from. I personally like this one here, personally, you know, not too big, not too small, because we don't have any images. What they need to see is basically the title, you know. So I'm just going to click on that. Okay, basically that's inserted now. Now we can publish and publish. So close this and click on that to preview the page. And there you go. So this is the concert list. So as you can see, the Old Sunday Port, the Irish Strat Session, Homestead Country Music, and then you can go to the next page. And as you can see, they're all displayed like this. Okay, very good. So I think it's fine the way it is. So I'm going to use the page exactly as is. So we go back here. So we go to Pages, and this is basically the URL. And now you can copy and paste this. So copy link address. Okay. And we go back to Elementor and we're going to insert it here. See, Control V, just like that. And let's click update. Now we're going to put this to the test quickly, you know, just to make sure it's working. So we go back to the home page and refresh. Very good. As you can see, we have our new hero section, and let's click book now. And very good. As you can see, this is bringing us to that page. And as you can see, they're all displayed here on top of each other as a list. And let's say if I wanted to attend Mr. Webb's concert, I click on it. And there you go. Now I can purchase my tickets. As you can see, this is displaying fine, and this is working as well. So very good. So this is step number 1. So let's go back here and let's scroll down the page. Very good. So maybe you can use those 3 different sections here to advertise different types of venues or events. So you could have maybe singers, bands, and maybe festivals. Okay. So let's change this here. So we're going to change this one, web design, to singers, this one to bands, and this one maybe festivals, okay? And then we can change the image here. So let's click on this one, upload a new one, upload file, select file. So I found 3 different ones online here. So this would be for festivals. This one is maybe for bands, and this one for solo singers, okay? So open. So let's select this one for singers. Right here, I'm going to select the other one for concerts, so bands, and this one is for festivals, okay? So there you go, very good. So we have our new sections created now. So now maybe you want to add a direct link to all the singers, all the bands, and all the festivals, okay? So we can do so as well. So if you go back here to all your posts where you create all your different tickets and events, here you have categories. So you can create this as well, you know? So let me show you how to do that. So this one is singers, add category, then with bands, add category, and then we set festivals, add category, okay? So here with blog and uncategorized, you can delete those. And the blog section here, we cannot delete it because all those we created are assigned to this section here, okay? So what we can do is basically go back to all posts. And as you can see, they're all assigned to the same category, blog. And now we can change the different categories, okay? So if you go to quick edit, here you can change the category. So instead of blog, this one is maybe a band, okay? So update. And then this one, a quick edit. So this would be a band as well, update. Here, Homestead, Country Music, quick edit. So this would be a band as well, okay? Very good. And now they're all part of a different category. So now we can assign this to the homepage directly. So what we can do basically is go back here and we're going to copy this button here, book now, okay? So right click and we're going to copy and go back here and under this one, right click on this and then paste. And now we have a button here, okay? So what we're going to do is basically click on this and we're going to assign this to the category. So now how do you fetch the link to this category? Well, it's very simple. We go back to the back end, we go to categories and you have bands, festival and singers. So this is singers here. You have the view here, okay? So right click on this and then copy link address and paste it here instead of that, okay? And now we can copy this button here. So copy and then paste it underneath this one, paste, and underneath this one, paste. Very good. So now we can add the link to the bands. So again, we go to our categories, bands, view, right click, save, copy link address, sorry, and then paste it here. And we do the same with the festivals. So where is it here? View, right click, copy link address, and then paste it here. Very good. So now let's update. And we're going to put this to the test, okay? So let's go back to our homepage and refresh. Let's scroll down and let's try this one, okay? So singers, click. And as you can see, we have Marika Rosa and Mr. Web Concert. So this is working, guys. Perfect. Now, the only thing I would do maybe is to push this to the left, maybe not centered. I don't like it centered. I don't think it's right. So right here, alignment left. This one, alignment left. And this one, alignment left. There you go. That's better like this. So update. And let's move on to the next section. So this is basically an about us section, you know. So here, about us, I suppose you should leave it the way it is. And just feel free to type whatever you want here. So if you click on this, you can change the content here. That's basically it. And right here, we need to change our image. So try to find a lovely image of yourself, you know, maybe smiling or something. So I found one online here. So let's pretend this is you. And then select. And that's basically it, you know. So that's all for this section. Very straightforward. And let's move on to the last section here. This is talk to us. So we're going to use this as a call to action section. So maybe talk to us is a good thing, you know. So if you go back here, go back to the top, as you can see, you have a menu here. So we're going to take care of this, don't worry. So contact, we have a contact page as well. So maybe you want to keep it the way it is. So you can put your email address, phone number, your address, social media icons, and a contact form so they can contact you anytime. And then we can link this to the contact page, obviously, you know. So what we're going to do is fetch the URL to the contact page. And then instead of get in touch here, we're going to put this here. So basically, this is our link directly to the contact page. And here you can feel free to customize this as well, you know. So again, we're going to change the background image. So maybe you don't want to put an image this time, maybe just a color. So let me show you how you can do. So you go to style and you can delete the image altogether. So now there's no image, but we can also add a color. So here you can see the color. So select whichever color you want. So I'm going to select something vibrant, maybe an orange color or something like this, you know. Maybe there you go. And in which case you might want to change the font color as well, you know. So here, instead of talk to us, you might want to change this to maybe white, and this one as well to white. So style, change this to white. Perfect. And then maybe the section is maybe too big now. So click click on the whole section here. We go to advanced, and as you can see on top, we have 100 pixels of padding and 200 here. So we might try again 100 as well. And this would be just about enough, okay? So let's click update. And let's go back to the front end and let's refresh. So we go back to the home page. So that looks fine, absolutely, yeah, great. And then we have a singers, band and festivals, about us, and talk to us, get in touch. So that's basically it. So now let me show you how you can change your logo, your menu section, the footer section, and also how to customize the contact form on your contact page, okay? So let's take care of the contact page first. So we go back here, exit out of this, back to the dashboard, and again let's go to our pages, all pages, and we're going to open the contact page. So edit with Elementor, very good. So as always, the first thing we do is to change our background image. So let's click on the container style, let's upload a new one. So this is related to contacts, or maybe someone on the phone or yourself on the phone, you know, this would be fine normally. And then select, and again as you can see, we don't have any contrast anymore. So let's click on this and change the color to white, very good, and that should be enough. Now you can always add a background overlay like we did, you know. So let's select maybe the color black again, and let's try to find a happy medium, maybe 0.3. There you go. So this is fine. So let's scroll down the page. Now we can change this very easily. So all you have to do is click on this and change the content. So I'm just going to put here hello at mrweb.tv. Very good, and you do the same with the phone number, the address. So let me show you how these social media icons work. So this is very easy, it's called social icons. So you can add as many as you want and remove all those you don't need, okay? So to delete them, click on this, and to add a new one, simply click on that and add the icon. So let's say we can look for YouTube maybe. There you go, and then insert, and you would put the URL here. So I'm going to put a hashtag here for now, but that's basically where you put the link to your website, okay? Your channel, that's basically it. So let's click on our form here, click on this. And as you can see, this is contact form. So what is this exactly? As you can see, you can't change nothing from here. Well, this is using a third-party plugin, which is called WP Form. So for this, we have to go back to the WordPress dashboard. And this is why I like to have all the tabs open separately. And then here we go to WP Forms, all forms. And there it is, as you can see, it's called contact form. So to edit, basically click on it. And again, it's a very easy drag and drop form builder. All you have to do is grab it and then drop it wherever you want, okay? So I'm just going to delete this for now because we don't really need it. And if you wanted to add anything, just fetch it from here and add it to your form. Now, just to make sure that you receive the form when they submit it, you go to settings, notifications, and right here, as you can see, this is sent at the moment to admin email, and this is not what we want. And again, the email has to belong to the same domain name that you're building your website with, okay? So in our case, again, we're using learnwithmrweb.com. So I'm just going to fetch this here, Control-C, and put your email address. So it should normally be something like info@, and we're going to do the same here, from, and then info@. And as you can see at the moment, we get an error message. But immediately when I confirm this, the error will go away because this, like I said, your email address belongs to the same domain name as you're building the website with, okay? So let's click save. Very good. And then you have the confirmation as well. So once they click submit, what will they see? Well, thanks for contacting us. We will be in touch with you shortly. So you can customize this as well to reflect your business model, obviously, you know? And now click save. And now we can click this and exit out of that. So let's go back here, and as you can see, this is our contact form, and when they click send now, you will receive it. So don't forget to click update to save your changes, and that's us done with the contact page. So let's go back to the WordPress dashboard again, and this time let's take care of our header section. As you can see, I have the logo here and the menu as well, and if you go to the home page, it looks slightly different, okay? So we're going to take care of this. So first, let's upload our own logo. So for this, we go to Appearance, Customize, and then from here, hover on top of the logo and then click on it. And as you can see, this is a dark version, but we also have a transparent header, you know. So if you go back here, as you can see, we have the transparent header and then the normal header. So if you click on this again, and then we're going to enable the logo for transparent header because it's a different one, okay? So select the image, upload file, select file, and we're going to upload a dark version and then a white version, okay? So open. And then let's use the white one, choose image. Very good. As you can see now, this stands out much better, and you can adjust the size using the slider. So it's a bit too small, so maybe just about there, okay? Find a happy medium and then publish. Excellent. And let's try this on the contact page as well. And that looks absolutely fine. So we're just going to keep those 2 pages, home and contact. Everything else we don't really need. So this is fine. So let's go back to the home page and make sure everything is fine. Okay, perfect. And then next we need to change our menu section. So if you click on this and then go back 1 step and again select the transparent header. And now we go to design and now we can change our colors. As you can see, we have black and green, which doesn't stand out really, does it? So now we can select another color. So maybe white, as you can see, okay? And the active link could be a slightly different colors. Maybe red like this. That's it. That's fine. That works fine, okay? So as you can see, if you hover, it will change color. And then scroll down the page and let's take care of our footer section as well. So this is basically our menu, so we can leave it as is. This is fine. And let's upload our logo here, okay? So as you can see, it says Earth. Delete that and now insert an image. So add media and then select your logo, insert into post. Very good. And now we can go here and maybe change the size a little bit, so a slightly smaller one, maybe just like that, okay? And right here, this is the copyright field. And as you can see, 2022. So I'm going to change this to 2024. And then instead of Earth, Mr. Web Concerts, all right, reserved. Okay, so publish. Very good. So this is us done for all that header and footer section. And now let's customize our menu. So we go back here now, and this time we go to appearance, menus. And now all we need to do is basically delete those 2 pages here. So bulk select, about, services, remove item, and then save menu. Let's go back to the home page and refresh. And as you can see, now we have our logo, our menu section, home and contact, and everything is looking absolutely fine. So that's it, guys. This is how you can build a website related to event management and RSVP. And then one last thing before we go live, don't forget to disable the test mode. So click on this here and right there, use the toggle switch, disable, save changes. And there you go, guys. You're ready to get paid for your tickets.